Happy New Year, you guys, all of my authentic people. You guys, welcome back for another week's YouTube podcast here on YouTube. I also want to remind you that if you want to hear the full episode, please tune in to Spotify, Apple, Spreaker, Anchor, iHeart, Pandora. We're located on all the platforms where you can listen to your podcast. I also would like to ask that you please take a moment to share the podcast with people. This is how we're able to grow the show. I want to say thank you so much for all of your support. I really appreciate every last one of you guys. This week we have Tanya Miller joining us on the show, and you guys, you're gonna love this show. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Authentic Talks. I hope you all had an amazing holiday, and I hope that you guys are ready to press forward into the year 2020. I was sitting here for a moment reflecting on 2019, and I am already in my goal mode and thinking about my goals and dreams for 2020, and I want you guys to put on that hat as well. This year went by really fast to me. It seems like each year, is it just me, you guys, or have you noticed that each year is starting to kind of move faster and faster? It felt like when we were kids that one year felt like it was like an eternity, I guess, because I was always looking forward to December, and it felt like it took the whole year to get there, obviously. Did you guys get that? Anyway, I wanted to share something with you. We have a guest on the show today that is really amazing. I think you guys are definitely going to enjoy the show. If you have an opportunity to have a pen and a notebook to write some things down, you might want to do that. If you're not in a position to do so, no worries, guys. You can always come back and listen to the show again. It is a really good show. I hope that you guys all enjoy the guests that we have today. And this is something that I was able to pull from her website that she has there. I thought it was something that was amazing that I could share with you guys. So here we go. First of all, you are dope. Second of all, you're dope. Third, you still dope. Fourth of all, listen, I can and I will keep repeating this to you and pushing you until you see, know, feel, and believe this for yourself. Did I mention you are dope? You guys, I agree 100%. You guys are dope. Stay tuned. The show's about to start now. You guys, I am super excited today because we have another awesome guest in the house. She is an author, a public speaker. She holds a master's degree. She also has certifications as a life coach. She motivates, she inspires, and she encourages hundreds through her blog, Talking with Tanya. Tanya is also an organizational and leadership strategist who embodies the work she does with organizations and leaders. I'm excited that Tanya is here today. Please welcome Tanya.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited as well to be on the show and talk with you guys for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here. I was looking over your website and I absolutely love it. How long have you been coaching?
Officially, and since my certification, officially probably like 3 years, but unofficially, I've been doing, some form of it since I was literally 16. So at least a good amount of time. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but a good amount of time doing some form of coaching, mentoring, in that aspect for a very long time, both with teens and women and just young adults as well. So it's been something I've been doing in some vein for a decade or two, close to two, but I'm not gonna tell y'all my age. So let's keep that rolling.
Yeah. That's so awesome. We're gonna come back to the coaching in a little bit. One of the things that I was attracted to about your website is that you have books, and that I love to read. Yeah, I have a bookshelf that's out of control, and I'm always like,
Likewise, likewise, we do too.
yeah, I'm always down where I'm like, tell me a good book that I can read. And so you have like several books. How many books do you have out?
So I always complete my books and projects. So I call them each project. So I have three projects, but I have six books because with each project, meaning with each book, I try to provide some type of a journal, a guide, something that accompanies everything that we talked about in the book because I want you to apply what we talked about. I don't want you to just read it and be like, oh, that was, oh, my life changed. But then you don't have the steps, you don't have the actions, you don't have the help to be able to apply it or do what I talked about in the book, or just to help you, just put out your thoughts, and journal it out. So
Mm-hmm.
I have six books, but three projects, and I have a fourth project that's coming out Q1 next year, which is basically in a couple of days. But I have a fourth project that I have coming out. But the first project was Mind Matters. Quickly, what it was about is just getting out of your head and jumping back into life, because sometimes we get stuck and we literally don't know how to figure out how to get unstuck and back on purpose. And so I wrote the book from a perspective of wanting, one, if you are that person that's stuck, I wanted to help you to break it down so that you don't stay in your own head, you don't stay in your own feelings, and you don't stay in that state of mind. I
Um,
wrote it for that reason, but then I also wrote it for the people around that type of a person, a family member, a friend, just someone that's seeing it so that they can know how to talk to them or even understand what's going on. Because oftentimes people just say, "Oh, just snap out of it." It's so, just let it go and move on. But when it's something at that level of trauma, or at that level of heartbreak, or even any other issues like anxiety or depression, snapping out of it is not always something that happens overnight. And so you need to be
mm-hmm.
able to know how to say the right thing to the right people. So that project was called Mind Matters. Get out of your head and jump back into life. And then the journal was called the Get Your Mind Right journal, because literally I wanted to help you get your mind right. So that was the first project.
I love that.
Yeah. Did you want me to tell you about the second one? Because it sounded like you
Yeah.
were going to ask me something, Miss
Uh,
Shante. Sound like you were going to ask me something. So I was like, I don't want to overtalk her.
you're fine. You're fine. I like that though. Mind matters. Get your mind right
Yes,
and get
ma'am.
out your head. I love it. Not like it. I absolutely love it. That actually would make a great gift.
Yeah, for
A
sure.
great
So,
birthday gift, a great Mother's Day gift, even
yeah,
for Valentine's Day. Like cuz people whenever you give people gifts that they can get something out of and have like because flowers they die, they're beautiful, they smell good, but
yeah.
having something that you can like learn something from and get something out of it is really nice. So Mind Matters is the first one, and then we have a journal, and then what's the second one?
So the second one is called Things My Mama Said. And so the reason, well, first let me tell you about it. Basically, it's about, I want to say, 20 sayings that my mom would say when we were growing up. And then we're going to tell you a story about one of the times she said those sayings. It's going to be a crazy story. So you may cry, laugh, reminisce. You may get mad all over again because you remember when it happened to you. But we
Mm-hmm.
tell you the life lessons that we learned along the way. And we share that with you so that, we can help you to figure out how to do life right and well. And so that was the book. And then with this one, we did a prayer journal. And so there's in it, prayers from my mom. My mom wrote some of the prayers, and then I wrote some of the prayers, and just kind of, it's kind of like prayers and then a little bit of like a study, if you will, and some questions to think about, and then the journal aspects of it.
Wow, I
Um,
love it.
yeah, yeah, but the way it even came about was, like I told you, I have Talking with Tanya in my blog. And so when she said that I've been doing it for a while, I've been doing it back when we didn't have social media and websites weren't popping, and all we had was email. Like email, and not MailChimp. I'm talking about when we had just Hotmail email accounts and AOL email accounts back that long. And so
Yeah.
the blog started out as a once a week email. And then eventually it's morphed into what it is now: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that. And you can find it on there Monday through Friday, weekly under Talk with Tanya. But in Talk with Tanya, I would always say something about my mama, right? And
Uh-huh.
everybody would like, my mama said this or this, or my granny this, and they would be like, I'm gonna need for you to just write a whole book because these stories just sound crazy. And like over the years, people would say it. They're like, man, your mama was on it. Like, and so eventually I just felt it with the second project. I wanted to go ahead on and do things my mama said. So that was the second project. I'm already working on volume 2, and it's going to expand to not just my mom, but other women in my life that have really just left monumental aspects. So it'll extend, more into my granny, my dear who's gone, to some of my aunts that have passed. And I'm engaging some family members with some of those stories. To my sister, she's passed. But to some of my mentors and different people, like some of their sayings, because I always listen,
Mm-hmm.
as an introvert, I'm a listener. And then as, for the gifting that I have spiritually, that's just by nature. I listen and I observe and I watch and I synthesize information, without you not even knowing it, realizing it. So um, I always come back to remembering something and what they said, and how it almost feels like a deja vu moment where I was like, yeah, that's what they meant. Like, okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
So
that's nice.
I wanted to share, those life lessons, because that's wisdom. I'm always that person that's big on wisdom. Like, I was the little girl that while the kids was out playing at the family reunion, I was sitting up on the listening to all of the old people tell their stories and share that good information. Some of it was some tea, and I appreciated learning the tea as well. But some of it was just straight, just download of knowledge
Knowledge,
and
knowledge.
inspiration. Yeah, and so that's a part of what made me who I am today. And so that was the second project, things my mama said.
And
And
that
so,
actually would make a great gift too.
oh
Like
yeah,
around Mother's Day, I
yeah,
can just see it now, like a gift basket with like my mama said in it, or with the
hmm
whole with the series, all with all three of the books, not the series, but in the journals. That's like a good idea. I might do that.
yeah, no, for sure. Like and then my mom, she a lot of times she'll come work with me, and she'll be like, "Oh, wait a minute, I got to sign." Because if you look it up, everybody's like, "Is that you? Like, is that you or your mom?" I was like, "Yes, that's us." They're like, "Oh my God," because it's like it's like an abstract, like, it's not necessarily the traditional picture, but it's us when you see it, and they're like, "Oh my God, like, you look like a doll baby." I'm like, "Okay, thank
But
you." I think, like, I'm not sure, but okay, thank you.
wow, I
But
actually love that because there's a lot of some people have like broken relationships with their mom, like that I was
mhm.
talking to. I know some people, and that right there is like special. The fact that like things my mama said, and it sounds like you guys have a really good relationship. That's so awesome.
Yeah, that's my girl. Everybody be like, "Who are you talking to? Who you?" I was like, "That's my mom. That's my girl. That's my boo." But even with that, like you said, like, that's part of why I wrote it as well. Because I do also too meet women that either have broken relationships with their mother or maternal figures that should be in their life, and they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I have those same, those relationships to where, okay, if they were not there, let me give you some wisdom that can help you to apply to your situation. They may not
Yes.
be there, but God will always send somebody to stand in the gap. So here's your gap filler. Here is something that you can use that can help you from where you're at to get you to where you're trying to go. And so that's a major reason I also wrote it, because some people need that. Like, they need some type of a motherly and maternal guidance and wisdom. And so if this can be found in a book, let's get you that book and let's help you.
Yeah,
So that's for sure is also
absolutely. Absolutely.
what I think about, and what I, even why I share it as well, with my audience.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Thank
And
you.
and then there is a third one.
There's a third project. So I call it the Pro Series. And everybody's like, why you call it the Pro Series? Because so the book is called Provision, and it says purpose validated times 7. And so basically it's about, the pro is meaning the pro in you. Like, you're a pro at doing your own life. You're a pro at the purpose that's in your life, the vision for your life. You need to know that you are the pro. You are the person. You own it. You walk this thing out. You do it. And so that's why I came up with it. But basically, it's just sharing with you the supplies and providing, something for you to know and reference that what's in you is there. So let me help you validate what's in you, and let me help validate the purpose in you, so that you know that you can literally work what you're working on out if you need to, be who you need to be, and you can start doing and loving you and just doing life right. So it's just like validating you. Like, you are the pro. You are the person that is. You are why you're even called to do this. Like, there is purpose and vision in you. Because so many times I get people, they'll be like, well, how do I know there's purpose in me? Because it is. I promise you, there's purpose in you.
Right.
There is. And so I wanted something to just kind of quickly. So this project is what I call my mini book. And so it's
Mm-hmm.
only available digital and audio, on my site and on Amazon, audio, of course, Audible and Kindle. But yeah, like, it's for that very reason.
Mm-hmm.
I did a mini book to just, hey, let me validate you, because you are the one. This is you. This is your thing. Nobody can be a pro at your life but you. So I need you to know that and work it out and do life. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the third project. And then, like I said, we have the fourth project coming out Q1 of 2020, and it's called Motivated Effort. Long delay. It's been a long delay, but delay is not denial. So it's coming out. I'm very excited about Motivated Effort as
That's
well.
I think that's awesome. When we talk about like purpose, I want to talk
Mhm.
about that today. So I wanted to ask you about that when young people are going through that in their life, or older people of all ages, and they're thinking that they don't know how to begin. They don't know what they need to do. They're looking at their parents, they're looking at like other people in their lives, and they're thinking, okay, well, this person's an ambulance driver, this one is a doctor, this is a lawyer over here, and they feel like they have to mirror one of those, but they don't feel it in their heart that that's it, but they don't know how to begin. What do you how do you think that they can to understand how to even go about finding their purpose?
I get the question all the time, Tanya, how do I find my purpose? How do I know what I'm supposed to do? What is that thing? And um, a lot of people are surprised by my response. And I'm just going to say it. The purpose is something that's in you. It's already in you. It's unique to you. It's literally just as unique as your DNA is. It's the same way. And people are like, but when you say unique, like, does that mean nobody doing it? No, but they're not doing it like you. They're not doing it with the way that you're intended to do it and the way that God put it specifically in you. Okay, yeah, they may sell t-shirts, but your t-shirts and your messages have a certain flair. The way you do your customer services from your perspective, the way you even gift box them or different things, like, it's all from what was in you, the concept, the idea, and the strategy. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And so
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, the purpose is in you, and it's been in you, period, from the beginning. And all you have to do is really begin to look at who you are. And I tell people all the time, like, literally, it's something that you do that you really do it so well that you think it's nothing. And that's why you're searching for something else. Like, you think it's nothing because it comes easy to you. You can do it without breaking a sweat. It's just normal. It's your everyday normal. But for other people, it is not normal. It's definitely not ordinary. It's difficult. It's stressful. They don't get any pleasure out of it, fun. They don't feel any type of joy or fulfillment. And you're like, what, Tay? Like, wait, huh? And I'm like, yeah, you already are probably doing it, but you're discounting the purpose in you. You're discounting the grace that's on your life to do it. You're discounting the fact that it actually is what it is, and it's your purpose. And so I tell people to think about that. And they're a lot of times they're like, so, like you're saying, because I like to sew or I like to do knit and crochet, like, that might be it. Like, so am I going to get this big stage? Am I going to get this platform? Am I going to make $1 million? Not necessarily. And the Bible talks about gifts, and and talents. There's a story about talents. There's a story about gifts. And so the story about talents is he gave some one, he gave some two, he gave some four. And it's all about what you do with it. The one with four more than doubled it. The one with two more than doubled it. The one with one buried in it and covered it up because he felt like all I have is one, so I need to make sure I at least had this one to give back. So a lot of times people do that. They don't realize and they discount what they do, and so they hide it or they bury it or they don't think of it's anything because, oh, I didn't get four. I'm not on the stage. I don't have a huge social media following. I'm not getting paid millions of dollars. This isn't going to blow up. But so
Mm-hmm.
because you're not with the four, you don't do anything with the one because you don't think it's nothing. How about you do
Mm-hmm.
something with the one and work the one and then see what the opportunities will unfold to and what can be done? Because with one, many things can happen. With one, a lot of doors can open. With one, you can change so many lives. Back to the sewing and crochet. Like your purpose may be to knit little blankets for newborn preemies, and you bring life and so much joy and inspiration and encouragement to women and families that have experienced trauma, and your love and support and your sacrifice and your gift of crocheting in this world where a whole bunch of people don't even know how to sew and crochet.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
but that little thing that you do, you change lives and you make an impact. And that's what it's about. But you discount it. You think it's nothing. You think it's not worthy of exploring and seeing where God will take you to and really showing you that your purpose is more than about you because that's it. Your purpose is more than about you.
Mentors. For people that don't have that,
Hmm.
mentors,
Hmm.
what would you say to them?
I say use everything you got. And what I mean by that is so many people, they don't realize that mentorship comes in many forms. I would love it if you can have a one-on-one personal mentor, but you also have mentorship through education. You also have mentorship through on-the-job training. You also have mentorship through access for classes that they offer at your job that you just be signing, not even doing. Affinity and network programs where they bringing in people to come speak for free on the job down, and you don't go to that or you don't watch the online webinar. You
Yeah.
but you want a mentor, but you're not accessing all this free stuff that's
Right.
available to you. Listen, job training, I don't care if it's, I think they used to call it I can't remember some of the training organizations. I think a popular one now is called Degree. All these different ones that Linda, all those different ones that the jobs offer for free. Listen, you
Mm-hmm.
can be learning how to figure out how to create a whole business, getting your soft skills together, working on your speaking, your networking, all of that for free. We had free education K through 12. Then you had to pay for college. You got it again. It's all about you accessing it and using it. Go to those network and affinity groups when they have speakers come and sit at the feet of them speakers and ask questions. Don't just sit there and be like, I can't take a lunch or I'm too busy. This free. This free
Right.
mentorship. This free. Matter of
Yes.
fact, it's not even free. They paying you to be a part of a network. They paying you to take online class. They paying you to do that that 2 day class on crucial conversations. They paying you for this, and you mad? Oh, I don't have time for this. I don't want to go out for.
Uh-huh.
No, that's gonna help you. But you
Yes.
want a mentor. You want a mentor. Third thing, and I'm done because I told you, like mentorship is like my heart, like for real.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying. The third thing, mentorship can be in your head. And when I say that, I think of Wendy Williams, where she used to say, "That's my friend in my head," before she got bigger than what she is now. And so she was
Uh-huh.
like, "That's my friend in my head." Mentorship is in your head. I have so many greats as mentors, and they don't even know. I ain't even never met them. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
never met them, but they mentors in my head. And so what I mean by that is I'm gonna soak up everything that they got. If I'm gonna follow you on social media. If you got books, I'm gonna get your books. I'm gonna be listening. I'm gonna be watching, and I'm gonna be doing whatever I can and take the nuggets that you share, you apply, and what you've done. It's about you wanting it. Like if you want mentorship, you can get it in any
Mm-hmm.
way you can. It's all about you putting forth effort, the motivated effort, and it starts with you. You know what I mean? Like it starts with you.
Yeah.
You got to be the one to do the work.
And tell us again, Tanya, give us the website, give us all of the places that we can find you on social media as well. Do you have a Facebook?
Yes, so the website is TanyaJMiller.com, TANYA Miller, MILLER.com. And you can go on there. You'll see everything I do as a coach, speaker, author, strategist. There's direct links to the books, the classes, the school, the message merch. If you want to just go directly to the store and shop, it's shop shop.TanyaJMiller.com. If you want to just go directly to the online school and the courses and classes, you can go to school. That's SCHOOL.com. Sorry, SCHOOL.TanyaJMiller.com. On social media, I am under Talking with Tanya. I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And then, of course, as I mentioned, I released a mixtape called Talking with Tanya Volume 1 that can be found on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, any and all digital outlets. So I definitely invite you to download and stream. Follow me on social media, shop with me, and check out a course or two. And hey, I do speaking engagements, so feel free to contact me for speaking engagements or coaching sessions as well. So that's where I'm at.
All
Um,
right. Thank you so much, Tanya. I appreciate you so much for again for coming on Authentic Talks, and I'm sure we're gonna have you back because you have another book coming out.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I always enjoy a second invite. That means I did good. Y'all like me.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thank you so much.
So if you guys remember, I mentioned Dr. Miles Monroe. So if you don't know who he is a great leader. His thing was leadership, and he has passed. He unfortunately passed away a few years back with his wife in among some other people, family members in church leadership in a tragic airplane crash a few years back. So it was literally devastating. But he is for sure a mentor in my head. I was grateful and honored to meet him before he passed, actually. And so we have probably every book he's written, autographed and signed. But one of his
Wow,
most famous
nice.
quotes, one of his, yeah, for sure, one of his most famous quotes that I live by, like I live by this, and this is probably why I'm so passionate and why the introvert gets put aside. But it says, "Don't die old, die empty. That's the goal of life. Go to the cemetery and disappoint the graveyard." Like, if I can, let me repeat that one more time. Don't
Yeah.
die old, die empty. That's the goal of life. Go to the cemetery and disappoint the graveyard. What he means by that is that you should not go to the grave with purpose still in you. The goal of life is to die empty. You should not take your purpose with you. You should not take your vision. You should not be like the person with the talents and bury it and let it die. You should do something to cultivate it, to curate it, to grow it, to see it come to pass. So figure that out, y'all. Figure out the purpose in you, the passion in you, the vision, and pursue the destiny because it's in you. And you should not take this with you. Disappoint the grave. Disappointed. Don't bring it all with you. Leave this world, this earth empty.
That was an amazing show. Tanya was able to go over so many different things that you may have to go back and listen to the show again and have a pen and get you a notebook and jot some things down. I love that conversation that we had. I feel like there's so much that you're able to get and use that you can move forward with going into the new year of 2020. We talked about purpose. We talked about passion, vision, destiny. We talked about mentors. We talked about how you're able to go about setting your goals and making sure that you're checking in with yourself, that you're on the right track, that by the time you get to June or March of next year, that you're able to still be on track with accomplishing those goals. I love the fact that Tanya really stressed the fact that your purpose is something that Doesn't have to be like some magical moment. Like even I thought at one point that that's what it had to be. I realized that when I was a corporate trainer, I was fulfilling a purpose. And whenever I was a supervisor, I was fulfilling that purpose. And the current department that I'm working in now, I am fulfilling a purpose. And with me being able to help people through the podcast and through my YouTube channel and moving forward with life coaching, that it gives me such a great feeling. I really enjoy it. I love being able to bring new people into my life and into your life by having them on the show. So I really was excited about having Tanya. This was a great show. This is the last show of this year, 2019, and I would like to ask everyone listening to the show today to take a moment to reflect on 2019 and think about all the things that you accomplished and give yourself a pat on the back. If it was a year that you were not able to accomplish as much as you intended, it's okay. You got to still give yourself props for the things that you were able to do, and then we have to keep moving forward. Now, here's what we're going to do. I need you guys to think about the goals that you want to set for 2020. And I want you to do this, you guys, where you set clear intentions. And I want you to start now. And one of the things that you have to know is what it is that you want to change, what it is that you want to accomplish. And you have to understand that the world wasn't built in one day. So we have 12 months to make some of these goals happen. So they need to be realistic goals. And some of the areas that we want to look at when we're thinking about setting these goals, it's all about personal growth and self-care. We're going to think about like our wellness and our health and like our careers, eating better, things like that. And so a lot of us, I know that we're thinking about the financial aspects of it. So you're going to think about, how do I want to become debt free, or about getting out of credit card debt. So when you're thinking about those things, you want to think like, okay, instead of me eating out for lunch maybe 5 days a week, I can reduce that down to maybe 2 days a week and start bringing your lunch. Don't focus on all of the negative things that are going on that happened. And we're going into a brand new year, guys. Let's go ahead and set clear intentions. Next year, I'm going to have quite a bit of information for you guys available on the show. And I'm going to have continue to have amazing guests for you as well, where we're able to learn and grow. It's all about us setting action plans. I want you to be able to pick yourself back up. If you fall off, just keep picking yourself back up and treat yourself, like I said before, like you are your best friend, because nobody else is going to love you and care about you more than you do yourself. So I want you to be specific in setting your intentions. And last, I want you to picture yourself at the end. Picture yourself already slim, if that's what your goal is. Picture yourself debt-free, if that is your goal. Picture yourself with that new job, if that is what your goal is. Picture yourself with that new house. Picture yourself with that book completed. I want you to picture yourself with that new website or with that new car. I think you guys get my point. Stay focused and have that picture of success in the back of your mind.
Figure out the purpose in you, the passion in you, the vision, and pursue the destiny, because it's in you, and you should not take this with you. Disappoint the grave. Disappointed. Don't bring it all with you. Leave this world, this earth, empty.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Shanta with Authentic Talks.